What's up guys, Elliot here and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. And in today's video I'm going to try to do these kind of Andreas Hem zooming out kind of map, or whatever you want to call it, effect. And yeah, I'll leave a link to the video where I saw this in the description. It is the one where he goes to Dubai, which I think is a really cool video. Go and check that out. Andreas Hem is one of my favourite YouTubers at the moment. So yeah, I also have got my Elliot Brown t-shirt. Go and check that YouTube channel out. I've not uploaded in a while on there, but I'll probably be doing some stuff hopefully after Christmas. Anyway, let's go on with the tutorial. Okay, so once you are in Google Earth, the first thing you want to do is just find a location where you want to start. So I'm going to use London for this example. So I'm just going to zoom in. Well, let's see. Let's go with. When you're looking for a photo, you want something that looks quite interesting down below as well. I'm going to go here, and to make sure we're looking straight down, I'm just going to click on this eye, pull it right down, so we are looking straight down. Now, before we take the photo, we need to click this one here, which takes everything off, which just goes into picture mode. So yeah, the first location I'm going to choose is this one right here. Now I'm just going to zoom in a bit more. So let's see, something like that. That looks okay. Now to take the photo, we're just going to go up this one up here. It's got like this one here, which says save image. Now we're going to click on that. Now map options, we're going to uncheck all of these map options. I'll just make it on the standard one. Now the resolution, I'm going to have it in 4K, and you can see now it's added these bars at the top and the bottom, which is where it'll be taking the photo from. So I'm going to save the image. You can save that to something like London 1. Now just saving the image. Okay, so once you've saved the first image, you can just press on this X arrow and zoom out until you've got something that you like. I quite like that there because it adds a bit more perspective to it. So just going to do the same process again. Click on this one to save the photo. Optimum resolution, save image, and we can just change this to London 2. Now we can save that. Okay, so once it's saved, we're just going to now hop over into Hitfilm. Okay, so once you're in the Hitfilm, the first thing you're going to want to do is just get your two photos that you wanted. So there they are. Now I'm going to drag. Now I've got our two photos into the editor. We're going to go to this new one and start making a new composite shot. Now I'm going to drag the first one on and then the second one. Now you notice I'm using a 1080p kind of editing workspace, as now we can add a bit of movement to the shot. So the first shot here is just of the actual London, the close-up shot. Now to start off with, we just want to have a bit of movement, and then at about, I'd say about 2 seconds, something around there, we're just going to zoom out. Now for the first clip, we're just going to add a bit of camera shake, so it's going to the one that says shake, and I'm going to drag that on. Now you can see, if we play it, it's moving a bit. Now we want to slow this down, so the amount to about 10. And the speed, we want to have it to a nice glide, so about there. Maybe just turn that speed down a little bit more, just so it looks like it's kind of moving around the camera, but not too much speed. Okay, so I think I've got a bit that I like, and I'm going to increase the smoothness of this to about 24, which I think looks kind of nice and natural, this kind of speed. Okay, so now we've got clip 1, we're just going to duplicate clip 1. Now the top one, if we press F2, we can rename this. I'm just going to name this Close Up. And then the second one, we're going to have this one. This is going to be the zooming out clip, so it's going to call us like Zoom Out. Now I'm going to pull this second one across. Now I'm going to get rid of the actual camera shake on this one, so it's going to delete that for the first clip. Okay, so on the second clip, we're going to want to make this about 5 frames long, which I think works the best. So go to the first frame of this video, and we can use the control arrow keys to count 5 frames. So just going to check that's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, but 6. Okay, so now we have this little bit of 5 frames of still footage. Now this 5 frames, we're going to add a few things. So the first effect, we're going to add a tile. So just going to drag this tile on. Now what you'll notice, this makes lots of different copies of that, as you can see. So if you zoom out, there's lots. So I'm going to start with this at the first frame of this clip at 100%. And we're going to go on to the end of the clip, and we're going to zoom it out to something like maybe 50%, which is quite a good position. Now I can turn the blend up a little bit, so I'm just going to about 23% all the way through. So now if we play it, we have just this footage of it kind of zooming out. Now I'm going to add a zoom blur to this, so go to zoom blur, and I'm also going to drag this on to the second clip. I'm going to increase the strength of that to about 50. Now we can notice when we zoom out, it looks kind of realistic. Now the second clip here is the high overview of London. So for this clip, we're going to press F2 and put this out shot. Now we're going to do the same as we did to the other clip by making the first clip start at the end of that one and just cutting that there and deleting that end bit because we don't need that. So now we have this, it zooms out and it's just to that. However, nothing happens when it cuts to there. So we need to kind of make the rends of the zoom. So to finish the zoom off, what we're going to do is go on another 5 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and cut it there again. Now for this clip, we want to start it off close and then zoom out. So I think if I just scroll out and pull that, I think there's going to be the start. So if we go to transform, scale, now if we go to the end of this clip, we can now zoom this one out to something that we like. Now I'm not going to have the entire thing as I do want a bit of camera shake, but I think that looks cool. So now we have this. So now what we want to do is just add a zoom blur also to this clip, and we need to make sure it's the same amount. So we're just going to have that, I think it was 54 on the second clip. There we go, that's about right. But we need to turn the amount down as it zooms out. So we're going to have strength there. However, when we get to the end of this clip, we're going to put it to 0. So now we have something that looks like that, which is kind of the zoom out. Now I'm just going to duplicate that clip again. Now we have 2 of that. I'm going to stretch this one out, and on this one I'm just going to get rid of the zoom blur. Now the reason I duplicated this layer is I've got then I don't have to worry about the scale, as I know the scale will be right. I'm just going to drag this out to another 2 seconds long also, this clip. So now we have something that looks a bit like that. So now on this one I'm also going to do a bit of camera shake, so if we just go back to this and search in the shake and drag that on. I'm going to try and achieve the same effect again, so I'm going to turn the amount down to about 10, turn the speed to about 0.7, somewhere around there, and make it quite smooth. Yeah, so something a bit like that. Now we've got that, we just have the kind of it zooming out, which isn't too exciting. So now we're going to add in some clouds. Now I have a cloud footage clip. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description. Now for this cloud clip, you want to make sure that the background in the sky is nice and blue. Now I'm just going to drag this on the top. Now for the zoomed in clip, I don't really need it to be, for the zoomed in clip, I don't really need it to be the cloud, because I'm going to give that the image that it's like below the clouds. And when we zoom out, we can have it on there. Now you notice mine is a time lapse, and we don't really want it moving that quickly. So what we can do is just zoom right in, get the first frame, cut it there, and then if you go to this time stretch tool, drag that out, it is now one still frame. Okay, so now once we have that, we just have this one image of a cloud. We're going to go to this blue screen. Now because the sky is blue, we can just drag this on, like so. Now you can see it's kind of cut it out, but as you can see on mine in the corner here, we have a bit of a problem with, this kind of looks a bit greeny, because clouds are quite hard to cut out. So we're just going to change these. Now it doesn't matter if it's too harsh. We just need to really mess around until we've got something that we like. Okay, I like that. Now that it looks a bit weird, the cloud, so we're just going to reposition this. So if we scale this right up by dragging it out, I'm just going to move that to maybe like somewhere like there. So now when you zoom out, it just looks like there is the cloud. Now we also need to add a shake to this, otherwise it'll look a bit weird. So what we can actually do is just search and shake one more time, drag that on, and just copy out the settings onto it. Now that we have that, we have something that looks a bit like this. Okay, so there we go. We now have you zooming out from one place to further back to another place, which I think is really cool. And you can also use this effect, you know, zooming from one place across to another place like he used in his video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, help me out a lot. I've grown quite a lot recently and I really appreciate every single one of your subscribers. Comment below what other tutorials you want to see, and until next time, bye.